I'm Giuliano Hazan, and I'm going to be making a very unusual pasta for you. Spaghetti with melon. I'm going to first cut both ends off with my knife, and then I'm going to pare away the rind. And it's very easy to do if you do it from the whole melon, like this. Just cut around and make sure that you go down to the orange flesh. Okay, now I'm going to cut it in half, and we need to remove the seeds. So we scoop them out with a spoon like this. And now we're going to dice the melon. I want 1/2-inch chunks, more or less. So first I will slice lengthwise. You can stack a few of the slices like this. Do some lengthwise cuts, then turn it around and cut it into your chunks. So now it's time to start cooking it, and I'm going to melt some butter in a skillet. Here we go. I want it to get hot. So you see the butter has all melted now. I see a little bit of brown forming, less foam. So I'm going to add the melon. Here we go. Season it with salt and pepper. You need to be fairly generous with your seasoning because the melon is naturally quite sweet. Toss it or stir it, and I'm going to adjust the heat to medium-high, and we're going to let this cook until the melon breaks down. It'll form a sauce, and you'll see that all the liquid that has been released evaporates, and when that happens, then it's done. It'll take about 10 minutes or so. Okay, you see the melon has cooked down now, and it's pretty much formed a sauce. There's still a few kind of big chunks. With my wooden spatula, I'm just going to cut them up a little bit so there are no big chunks. And you see that this liquid that you see really has reduced down. You know, if you pick it up with your spatula, you see that it really coats it. So now I'm ready to start cooking the pasta. And I have a pot boiling. Once the water is boiling, I add salt, and you have to put a generous amount of salt too, because otherwise the pasta won't have any flavor. I usually put about 2 tablespoons of salt for 6 quarts of water. Then we can add the pasta, and we're using spaghetti here. And you want to make sure that they're all submerged. Don't break them. You know, people always ask me, well, should you break the pasta? Well, you know, if they had wanted it shorter, they would have made it shorter. They made it long for a reason. Let it get soft, make sure that it's all submerged in the water. Okay, so now we can finish the sauce. I'm going to add some freshly squeezed lemon juice, just a little bit. It's not to make it lemony, it just adds a little bit of brightness to it. About 2 teaspoons of concentrated tomato paste, and I like using tomato paste in a tube because, you know, I never use that much of it, and it keeps. So mix the tomato paste in and the lemon juice. And you see, this is now what starts to make it harder to guess what this secret ingredient is, what the melon is, because the tomato paste makes it darker. It doesn't really look like melon anymore. And once the tomato paste is all mixed in, then we're going to add some heavy cream. And whenever we use cream in Italian cooking, we always reduce it down. You know, we never want liquidy cream in a dish. It should reduce to where it's thick enough to coat whatever it's with. In this case, it'll be pasta, of course. So let that cook down. And let me check my pasta. While the pasta cooks, it's good to stir it periodically. Now, you don't need to add oil to pasta water for the pasta not to stick. You just need plenty of water, have it at a rapid boil, and stir it periodically, and it'll be fine. So you see the cream has reduced down. There it is. And then we'll turn it off. Drain the pasta. Shake it well. All the water drains out. Don't rinse it, otherwise you'll make it cold and you'll wash away all that starch that coats the pasta and allows the sauce to cling to it nicely. So let's pour the sauce in to the pasta. Let's toss it well. And then I'm going to add some freshly grated parmigiano reggiano. Toss it in. And here it is. It is ready to serve spaghetti al melone, spaghetti with melon. Buon appetito.